Good morning, guys. Welcome to Trade Confident. We're going to be going over how the metrics were able to call this drop, and everybody who took the short trade that I called out on this video, and all of you guys who took the short trade that was presented over at tradeconfident.io, you guys already won this trade. So it's a very exciting day for everybody who ended up going short here. I was getting a lot of comments, a lot of angry people didn't want me to call this short here, but the statistics were holding really true, and the metrics were like, you know what, heads up, this has happened in the past 7 times. We were going for the 8th time in a row that it called this drop. The metrics have called this 8 times in a row. It's insane. So let me go over this because I'm getting questions a lot now. You're like, Travis, you called that drop. It was awesome, but I did not get into that drop. I did not get into the short trade. So teach me how you guys and how your followers are getting into short trades. That's what I'm going to do on this video today. So don't miss that because this is going to teach you guys how to do this, and you can take these short trades literally any day of the week, whenever you want. Quickly, let's go over this. Price versus money flow. This had incredible amount of divergence on here, which is one of the reasons of why it was helping me call the drop. When this happened, we saw money flowing out of the market and price was starting to move up. We also saw the trend exhaustion starting to move down, and this also gave me divergence. If you guys want 2 indicators on your chart to give you guys honestly, I believe these are the best indicators to help predict moves up and down in the market. It is the trend exhaustion and it is the price versus the money flow, hands down. The trend dashboard is great because it tells me what retail traders are doing. They see that their RSI is moving down, their MACD and their 50s below. They're basically looking bearish. This tells me a lot of people are looking to short. Now we're right in the middle here where, we have 50% red and 50% green. So that kind of gives me an idea that a lot of people are indecisive right now. But if they're visually looking at this and they're following their standard indicators of RSI, stochastic, and MACD, they're most likely going to be shorting, okay? Watch this. This is exactly how I ended up calling this drop, and I ended up saying this. The metrics call this drop perfectly, and I ended up going over that trade. The short trade call that came out was right up here at this red line, which is very close to the Friday, July 30th video that I did, and I said, hey, this is a drop. I'm doing this to keep this transparent so you guys can see the integrity of the channel. This is how I did it. All you got to do, come over here, make sure you guys have a membership over here. Like literally this is the cheapest thing in the world. I know it's cheap. I will be raising prices eventually here. I'm trying to keep this low for as long as I can to pay expenses of the business. And I just like to keep it low because you guys will obviously be able to acquire this membership for longer times if I keep it cheaper, okay? It makes sense. It's a kind of a win-win for both of us. But this is what you guys can do because I know people are charging hundreds and thousands of dollars for signals. Here you go. Here's everything you need. Bitcoin. This is what happened. It was on, let me get the date here. Around this area, it was around, I believe, the 31st. Yeah, the 31st at the bottom here. What ended up happening is the price came out very close. Okay, let me see this a different way. The way you read this is like this. At 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, this metric is going to update. The white dotted line is the live price at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The normal way that you trade this is you take the 4 yellow lines below the white dotted line, and those are your 4 buy limits. I suggest in here that if you have $1,000 you want to trade with, that I would break it up into 4 equal portions and place $250 at each limit. Okay, that is 4 buys. And then the first yellow line above the yellow line, the first yellow line above the white dotted line, that is your sell limit. This video explains all of it very slowly and very methodically if you guys want to know this. But the questions I've been getting are, Travis, I know some people made a ton of money on the short that you called. How did you do that? What I did is I gave you guys this chart and I called this out here. It was 41,116. The price was down here when this actually got called out, and I'll show you this up here. 41,116 is right at this red line. Okay, this is where I was like, guys, if you want to get in for a short trade, that's where the first limit order would be for your shorts. Everybody who got tagged into that short trade, and I actually called it back here. Okay, I'll make everything transparent. I called it back here before we actually hit the sell, the short trade. Okay, you guys can see that in the second to last video that I did for Bitcoin, okay? What people did is they put that short trade in here at 41,116 at 25% of the cash allocation they wanted to enter the trade with. The second limit order was at 48,827. The third was at 49,800, and the fourth was up here at 49,800 and 49,027, okay? What happened here, this is coupling up. I'll make sure I fix that because it's just basically duplicating because it's pushing it together. What people did is they took the 4 yellow lines above the current price and they ended up they ended up placing their short trades in here and then exiting at the first yellow line below the dotted line. That was their take profit. Now, you guys can use any metrics you want to take profit in here, but basically what this trade already ended up calling was an entry at 41,116 at the red line, and then everyone who placed their sell limits in here was at 38,037. 38,037 is right down here. Let me get this again. Let me get it exactly on 38,037. 38,030. I don't know if we even hit this yet. We got, not yet. Actually, we already did. Everybody who entered this, I'm kind of just realizing this right now. I didn't think we were going to flash down this fast. But all of you guys just actually won this trade. So congratulations. Yeah, you guys won it for 7.61%. That's insane. So those of you using 5x leverage on this, you did over 35% on this, easily. If you guys use 10x leverage on this, you're up about 76%. 76% you guys made on this trade. And if you ended up exiting maybe a little bit lower, I think you guys got close to 8%. Yeah, you got close to about 8.51% on this trade. So people who leveraged 10x, you guys made 80% on this. 5x, 45%. If you did not leverage anything, you guys made 7.05%. That is exactly why this membership over here is so important, because this is actually active every day. If you guys have money on the side right now and you're like, I want to enter a trade, watch this video, and this is what I suggest you guys use. These lines are not just thrown on here. They're actually Fibonacci retracement lines. They're coded around bot trading, because I've actually coded crypto bots before, and I've talked to people of how they code those. I know where they like to trigger entries. It's around bot trades. It's also around support and resistance. It's around whole numbers, guys. It's around quarters theories numbers. It's around bank numbers. I know where those numbers are because I've studied this for like 3,000 chart hours, and I've worked with hedge funds, and I'm telling you guys, these lines are placed at very, very good levels. So this is what you guys want to be accessing if you want to take advantage of the trade calls that I've been making in here, as well as seeing the profits that I've been making myself. So that's what I wanted to come out with. That's all I got for Bitcoin today for the trades. I want to go over the metrics real fast and fly through this and give you guys my prediction of how low this is going to go. And then we'll end this video. Here's the metrics, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. These will update. The price was pushing up into greedy and excited. We know this. I was calling this drop, and it pulled out perfectly, guys. Literally, the formation that we were calling was a fake out to the upside and then a drop back down, which is exactly what we got. You guys saw this if you had the metrics. Also, the long versus short trades, what I was mentioning here is that, hey guys, if long trades are moving out of the market and the price structure is moving up, this actually mathematically cannot keep going up. You can't have long trades moving out of the market and the price structure moving up without it moving down. And then you get short trades increasing. It's like, duh, this is going down. Like, guys, here is everything you need to trade profitably. I don't look at the news anymore, and I've been waning you guys, whatever's decreasing, you guys off of news articles because they're manipulative. They are, like, not all of them. Let's be really clear about that. They're not all, but a lot of them can be. I think it's far harder to manipulate on-chain and volume and price metrics than it is to manipulate news. My perspective. Anyone can write a news article. Not everyone can. You can't manipulate past data, okay? Long versus short trade, because it's already happened, by the way. Long versus short trade risk. This was showing us that we had incredible short trade opportunity in the market, which was another reason why I called this drop in here. So those of you guys who went short in any of the last 4 or 5 days, all of you guys are in some very nice profit right now. Again, look at this. Well and institutional smart money. We were seeing an incredible amount of short trades enter the market here, and anybody who was following this, and I know some of you guys, the hedge funds, people are having hundreds of thousands of dollars, people I've helped with in the past, millions and millions of dollars you guys are trading with. If you followed this, you guys are doing very well right now if you followed that short trade I called out, okay? Here's what you guys are coming for. You're asking me a lot of this. Travis, where is the bottom of this? Where do you think it can stall out? Well, if this is going to move down, we need to look at the strongest level of support. And that support, guys, in my opinion, lies right around 34,000, 33,700, and 34,671. That is my call on this, is 34,000, around 34,500. Let's take a look at where that's at on the chart. 34,500 puts us right about here. The reason why I like this is that this correlates to the structure high here, the structure high here, there, as well as over here, okay? You could even argue that these two are even structure highs on lower time frames. So if this moves down to around 35,000, it's not going to surprise me whatsoever. So if you guys took your sell limit in here on that short trade, awesome, congratulations. If you're like, hey, I want to get more money out, this is not financial advice, but I would highly recommend you consider exiting at least 50% of your trade right now. The reason why I say that is although the metrics could show a drop down because this is strong support, you must come down here and look at the trend exhaustion. You guys need these on your TradingView account. They're 60% off in the description. Like, just get them. The price versus the will money flow and the trend exhaustion. All right. It's partly how I ended up calling this drop in here. You guys see that the trend exhaustion is at the bottom here. Okay. When it historically has been at the bottom, this is when we see price movements back up. Right here, we saw price movement back up. Right here at the bottom, we saw price movement back up. Right here at the bottom, we saw price movement back up. At the bottom, we saw price movement back up. Like, guys, is it not clear enough that these are going to help you? Okay, I'm not trying to turn this into a sales video. It's like, some people just need the extra confirmation of like, okay, I see what he's doing, and here's the confirmation to back up what he's calling, okay? The dollar cost average buys, if you guys know how to use this, every day at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, these come out. All of you guys who ended up taking an entry here, you guys are currently in the profit, and you guys did fantastic on this. If you're holding for the long term, great. You guys can just hold your positions until Bitcoin goes to the moon. I understand that's kind of why I created this. If you come down here and look at this, I've been explaining this, that when you get a block of red, it means you have an overextension in the market, and you expect drops down, and you expect drops down. This was a far overextension. That's what I've been calling, guys, is like, this is an overextension, and it has not seen a healthy higher low, is basically the words I've been using over email to you guys and also on YouTube here, okay? And then the death cross is currently still active on Bitcoin. Still trying to get a life cross on here is what I'm calling it. So guys, that's the video today for Bitcoin. 34,500. Well, let's see. Where was it? Let me get it back here. Let me get the support resistance again. 34,500. Yeah, 34,500 is where the structures are looking really nice. Let me pull that down here to 34,500 right around this area, because that's correlating right here to the structure right here. Structure, 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 and structure. That's where I would be looking for this as a possibility to head down. Also, it correlates to the descending support line that we've already touched at the bottom, which makes perfect sense of why we could move down there. Now, are we going to go that low? I don't know if we're going to go that low. That's why I'm calling a 50% exit right now, is because I think this has a potential to move back up with the trend exhaustion and the price versus the well money flow indicators. Guys, even the wells in here and the big money, they actually take profits and they buy back in and they ride this up. They buy back in at the bottom and they ride it up too. They buy back in at the bottom here and they ride this back up. Even at the bottom over here, we can see this shot back up. The trend exhaustion is probably the best indicator on your chart to call the tops and the bottom. And divergence. You follow this over the RSI, and it's so much more accurate in my personal opinion. And that's why I've been able to call these trades and make you guys profitable on Trade Confident here, and if you guys are subscribed. God bless you guys so much. These metrics are wide open to you guys. You know the membership's $49 a month. Snag it. Come over here. Use this to trade. Enjoy the profits, and I'll come out with the next video here for Ethereum. God bless you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.